adventure. I'm setting off, leaving Eden, and hopefully finding a way back home. Or at least a stick heist. Home for some of you. Is there anything you guys need to do before we end up departing?
Currently, I do not believe so. I feel it. Unless anyone else has anything in mind, I feel it would be best for us to get going as soon as possible.
No, I think I'm good. Kind of just want to get out of here.
Honestly, it feels a little weird that we are getting out of here at all. So, better not count our chickens.
Did we pick a destination?
Yes, we did. We unsure on the precise direction, but give me a moment here.
By Balda, right?
Yeah, that one.
Trying to.
But
Sorry,
what's
I'm
the
opening my map. I'm opening the map.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I was trying to open the file, but
It's okay.
Yeah,
Spiss has got it.
I got it.
Planning on going north, and once we hit paths, we follow that and make it to Vibalda.
yeah, from here, it's a northeastern direction. Following whatever natural paths, or man-made paths reveal themselves.
Vibalda.
Near the
we
three
did-
towers on the map.
Alright, I'm looking at the map.
It's on the far right.
Yeah, right, center
Right corner, and then just go up.
I do know where Vibalda is. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the optimal route.
Well, considering the fact that we don't know Eden's location or in correspondence to her, since we don't know where Eden is in comparison to the rest of the map, it's other than in this general area past the map, Victor just waves his hand vaguely off the side. Just it's the going in a northeasterly direction is the best option we got.
Alright, well, we're gonna just take that route then. And hope for the best.
Yeah. Following what natural landmarks provided, either the mountains or the coast. Whichever ends up appearing first.
Prepare yourself for a long trip. We will occasionally have to make camp, probably within the deserts themselves. There's enough fuel on the car to probably make us there, hopefully. I was able to scrounge any gems I could find of concentrated ether. I just don't know how fast this device or vehicle burns through them.
All right. Either way, it likely will be able to get us a majority of the way there. getting and access to food and water is solved in an arcane fashion through Alma. She has this with a spell of creating spell to create food and water. So we've got that covered.
All right then, everybody in.
What's the car seat setup?
It has an open walk through the middle, kind of. It's pretty big.
Is it like I'm in my head it's either a mom van or a Volkswagen, like with the back seat.
It's almost like a minibus.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, like thing down the middle, seats on the sides,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
all of them
So
facing
we
forward.
are being separated. Noted.
Everyone gets their own seat.
Much to the
Well-
chagrin of some.
I mean, the half rows are like able to fit 2 people on each end. So if everybody wants their own seat, they can have their own seat. But yeah, the inside is ornate. It fits the same aesthetic as the outside. A red / purpley velvety color in the inside. There's a lot of gears and cogs almost hugging the edges of the inner walls, in places as far outside of view as they can be, but not completely hidden, for they're there to operate the car. All right, everybody in. I will be taking the wheel. I have some familiarity, at the very least, with operating these vehicles.
That is understandable.
And also good in this situation.
I would like to sit wherever Pearl is. I imagine she's like laid across a set of seats.
She gets to be comfy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
So-
choose whatever row you lay her across, and you can sit with her. You're small enough to fit there.
How many rows are there? Is like two or three?
So there's the 2 chairs in the front, and there's 3 rows in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hefty look. It's a hefty car. It's more of a small bus than a regular automobile. Majorly because of the way the seating is designed and the way it sticks out. It's spacious.
All right. Yeah, Victor would place himself in in one of the middle seats.
As you enter and take your seats, there is what seems to be a section near the front that gems are currently being held at. They kind of stay aloft, and you can see the energy being siphoned from the gems as the car turns on. It has a small latch and door that can open up to presumably take out whatever excess used up gem is in there, and to place the next ether crystal. A bit of a rumble to the vehicle for a few pops of excess energy being let out, and then it kind of quiets down a bit into a slow, short rumble, or low rumble. We will be driving to the closer to the 5th sector, and we'll be taking the railway downwards, assumingly that no trains are operating currently. And through there, the gate should be not too far off. hopefully they're open or someone can assist us opening them. Without the barrier, it shouldn't be a problem anymore. The vehicle's not exactly designed for off-roading, so here's hoping for the best that nothing happens to it. If anything, I can attempt to repair as much as I can, but our supplies are limited for anything even remotely usable is going to be here in Eden. But I did take spare parts from some vehicles that were destroyed out in the rubble for things that more commonly become an apparent problem for these things.
Do they break down often?
No. If maintenance properly, they do not. But wheels are still wheels. And like a cart, they can break apart if hit with enough force. Without the wheels, the car cannot operate.
Right.
It's also unlikely to be designed specifically for. It's also unlikely to work well, work too well in across sand dunes.
Right. So I will be trying to take the paths that give less resistance, which unfortunately will give us longer travel time, but it is the only way. All right. He begins to take off with the cart. You see the state of Eden as you drive across. Further out in the city, that's less conflict has happened, and you get more completed Eden on the outskirts. There's an awkward having to drive up the almost walkway into where the train is, and the car has to jump down with a bit of a slam onto the railway before you continue on across. After 30 minutes of traveling through the rail tunnels, you make your way out on the Sector 5 train station. Now, the Sector 5 train station, as you remember, isn't really designed very nicely ever since its first opening. Not been maintained very well. So easy enough, Bob is able to find some sort of hole in a fence or somewhere to be able to drive off of the railway itself onto the streets. And this is where you see the gate is open. There are people here from the lower slums who have seemed to have packed their things and are starting to head off to who knows where. Wherever else life's going to lead them next. And so the
Does
car,
anyone else?
Yeah.
Does anyone else feel really bad? Like, I know. Well, we all know Eden was terrible. Warren was terrible. Valentis was terrible. Seeing all these displaced people kind of makes me feel a little ill.
It's an unfortunate consequence of our actions, yes, but we can't take responsibility for their current predicaments, as Unfortunately. Oh, update on Mickey. Total. Oh my god, I totally forgot. I got so lost in the sauce. Alma will be here soon.
Right.
Anyways, unfortunately, what Artem was doing, and the type of man Artem was. Hey, Alma. We're
Hi,
in a car.
Mickey.
So
Hey, Mickey.
there's no
Uh,
excuse. I did just get caught up playing Sims.
Uh, to catch you up, we got in the car and we got in the car, drove down the train tracks down to the lower sectors, and we're currently having a conversation. And Cersei brought up how started the conversation of feeling bad for basically unintentionally evicting everyone in Eden. So yeah, current conversation.
Well, it's better than the alternative, and that's the wrong fucking voice.
Kathy returns.
Kathy shows up for like 3 seconds. He's on a bike. He's going very fast, and then he leaves.
Pedaling like the wind.
Pedaling like the fucking wind.
And unfortunately, considering the type of man or thing Artem was, it we likely stopped these people from experiencing a even worse scenario, considering how willingly he would be to kill everyone on the lower parts just to search for one person. I doubt he would put much thought into depriving them of anything that would sustain them.
I know. It's just when you live somewhere for so long, these people, like, do they have the money to move and start a new life? It just feels a little, I don't know. It feels a little icky to walk out with 81,000 gold in our pocket and a fancy car.
I can't sugarcoat it. It's not going to be easy for anybody leaving Eden. Everybody who lives there just relied on it completely. So, but it's not like we had a choice. It's not like we could just leave them be and have nothing bad happen.
And the rebels. The rebels
It
would have.
was. Sorry, you go, Fel.
The rebels would have fought anyway, so even if we didn't help, it would have happened anyway.
And we can't really directly assist all of them. It would just be one-on-one who we could access if we did try and assist. But unfortunately, we would not be able to successfully help all of them. I hate to put it like this, but more people are most definitely going to suffer and most likely die from their forced travel, but unfortunately the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few in this scenario. The many being the rest of the continents, and the few being the entirety of Eden.
I know. It just feels like we upended everything, helping, and then we're just gonna leave without kind of. I don't know what we could do. There's so many of them, and there's only so few of us. I don't know. It just feels weird. I think it's the fact that I don't know, we just don't even know any of them, and here they are, just leaving, not knowing whether they're gonna die in a desert.
While the government of Paha is not perfect, they're not Eden, the tyrannical nature that Eden controlled. Their place. So, they're in better hands. But, I mean, a governmental power is a governmental power regardless. That being said, you did nothing wrong. Oram threatened war if no one was going to side with him. And if he did enter war, that would have put all of Eden in threat. The individuals living inside would have suffered the consequences of that.
Which means either way, something would have happened to them.
Yeah,
It's
You're
not
right.
pleasant. Trust me, if we could have helped every single person there, I would have. But unfortunately, we're stuck dealing with the bigger picture. There's absolutely going to be people who know who we are and us wandering there and going to curse our names for the rest of their lives. And there's others who will perhaps have an understanding of what we did. All we can hope is they can take care of themselves.
Their current survival is in their own hands at this point. So it, not entirely, but does sort of put them in line with the rest of the world as a unfortunate reality check.
yeah, you're right. And Bessie just kind of turns and looks out the window at everyone as they drive past. Just watching them.
Are we actively driving past, like, people escaping right now?
Yeah, you're driving past the front gate. It's open, and the people who've decided to leave Eden, which is mostly individuals who are in the slums as opposed to the upper section of Eden, because even the people in the slums, even though they were still in Eden, they were more used to living a harsher life, so they've decided to take their chances and leave and find home somewhere else.
Could Alma try to see if there's anyone she recognizes
Sure. Make a perception check.
at the peril of bumming myself out?
Oh hey, there's your middle school friend. There's your high school teacher.
That's your ex. Oh, that one's fine.
It's the Dawn! Quick, kill him!
Run him over.
Hit him with our car.
Vehicular manslaughter.
I hesitate to call him a man.
That's fair.
Vehicular community
Preach.
service.
There you go.
I mean, you wouldn't call it manslaughter if a bug hit your windshield, right?
Holy shit, get his ass.
True.
Okay, what am I rolling? Perception?
Perception.
26.
26 is really good.
26.
Amongst the crowds of individuals who are starting to make what looks more like a I forget the
Organized
term
crowd?
for it. It's like a
Exodus.
no. It's like when a group of people just line and make a passage
Procession?
onto.
Journey to
Sure,
the West?
why
No.
not? Let all of those work fine. Pilgrimage, almost like if they're making up some sort of pilgrimage. They amongst the crowd, you do notice a couple of individuals. Some of the girls who worked for your mother. The unique dancers that were working for your mother's establishment.
Cool. Alma can't really do anything to help them, so she just kind of closes her eyes and snuggles back into the seat.
It's gonna be a long trip. We're gonna have to make camp a couple of times out here in the desert before we even see foliage or leaf or any sort of green. I'm not entirely familiar with these deserts. So, who knows? Maybe we'll find our dragonborn friend somewhere long distance.
Or oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Unfortunately, current direction would not our current direction consider it would not allow us to interact with him. Though I do suppose there would be a chance that he ended up making his way over here.
He could be horrendous at directions.
He is actually.
So there you go.
Yeah, that checks out. Having made the man, that checks out.
All right. So, this is technically your first day of travel. And I would like
No.
for someone to roll a D100.
Oh god, not a D100.
Damn it. Oh,
4.
Mickey beat me.
You can do the next one, Emily.
Okay.
You get the next roll.
Fast.
Mickey's gonna kill God.
No, that's not that. No, I have better things
Not
to do
yet.
with my time than kill a concept.
What about romancing Rosalind?
Romancing God.
I will
Romance
romance
God.
God and Rosalind at the same time.
Fuck yeah.
That is my promise to you.
Godspeed, brother.
Thank you. I will not need it.
I don't like how there's 100 things that could potentially happen today.
It's
Mm.
probably set up into sections of like 10 or something. But a D100 is more intimidating, so you roll that.
Nope.
No, you-
Every single number is a different thing.
Good
Holy shit.
Jesus.
I
Jesse,
would like
what the
you
fuck?
to re-roll because this one cannot really happen in the middle of the desert. So,
A whale.
We
The
find
ship
some
crashes
fruit
into the bottom of
trees.
the ocean.
A
57.
tsunami.
It's just a very weird one. It can happen also because you're in a car. So I
Ah.
guess they're not applying the fact that you're in an enclosed vehicle.
I'm very
Um,
curious as to what it is.
57. Let's see.
You summon a dragon.
Ah.
You summon
Summon a
two
Terras. You summon
Not a Tarask, Terrence.
Terrence.
You summon
the-
Terrence.
There's the
Terrence.
Tarask.
He's gonna judge us on our fashion choices.
It's
Why would you
just some
assume
guy-
just because his name is Terrence, that's his vibe?
It's just
Because
it's a guy from Miami
we all,
who is very confused at where he is.
because we all are a little bit gay and a little flamboyant, and somebody needs to put our fashion choices in check.
So,
Considering,
considering, yes.
considering
would
Castilla
pass
is dressed in all black in the middle of the fucking desert. Yeah.
Oh god. Castella's getting heat stroke.
Anything you guys want to converse or do within this first day?
This is stressful.
So we're just driving, like up until whatever's gonna happen. We're just driving, right?
Yep. The plans for that Bob have told you basically are incited is that you guys are going to drive until it's time to make camp, which is around night, and you'll make camp outside and continue driving again in the morning. Unfortunately, out here in the desert, there's not really much to see. So,
Damn.
Vikda, Vikda is gonna bring out his bring out the bag of holding and start, and he's gonna start tinkering with the metal scraps to try and make a compass.
okay. Is that something you need to make a tinkering check for?
If you want me to, either that or it could just take an extended amount of time. Because I mean,
You're go for it. Just to see how fast you do it. It's going to be done regardless.
okay. Yeah, I do literally have tinker tools. So 19.
19. It's a compass. It doesn't take you that long. I mean, within the hour and a half, you pretty much have a functioning compass.
Damn.
Compass aren't that complicated either,
Yeah, it's really just a magnet on a hinge.
pretty much. But you take the extra time to make it at least presentable.
Make a fancy
Alright.
compass.
A nice compass.
Make it more than just make it look more than just scrap metal
Yeah.
hobbled together, considering that's literally what it is.
Could I get the just very briefly, just so it doesn't get damaged, check on the Griffith egg?
Yes, can we check on our baby?
You grab the box and open the containment unit for the Griffith egg. As you do, you feel the heat come out from inside the box. This incubator in which the Griffith egg lays. And there it is. It looks nice. It's intact. Beginning to kind of develop a textured exterior to it. The egg's starting to give out a design, probably hinting to what lies inside.
Can I try and use my knowledge on creatures to try and figure out what it might look like?
I can give you a description of how it looks,
Okay.
and then you can perhaps ascertain from that what you think it might be. But
It has a label and a small, well drawn depiction of what's inside.
yeah, a little
Very
I hope so.
window pops up that lets you know.
Like a video
tooltip
game.
was put into the incubator.
Pushed in the right
information.
stick.
Species, race, gender,
Yes.
the max speed it's able to go. It's
Sweet.
What it will want to be when it grows up.
Oh man, it's not a shiny, guys.
Yeah,
So let it
unfortunately,
be
you did
anything.
Masuda method, so it's not likely to be,
Crap.
but it's
Fuck. Okay, guys, we gotta start over.
Yeah. This is a dud.
it's kind of goldish in coloration, and it's strange. It gives off this feathery texture to it. And this feathery texture they're not fully feathers. They almost look like scales that would be on a dragon egg, but instead it's more of a feathery texture instead of a scale. And the gold coloration starts at the top and it begins to darken towards the bottom to the very tips of the feathery texture, or the feathers are black.
Oh,
Very cool.
gold tipped one.
Orca and bird.
I really hope so. Can I do like what I did the first time, where I do like a produce flame to do what they do with chicken eggs, where you hold it like a light against it to make sure that it's growing okay inside the egg?
You do that, and you can tell that whatever's inside is basically filling up most of the egg already at this point.
Yeah.
You can still see a heartbeat or see it twitch around.
So I hold the egg out, or like little box, to, I don't know where we are in orientation with one another, but whoever's close to me and Paul. And then to the car, whoever's listening, I just say, it's the Griffith egg. It's okay. It survived, and it's gonna be big. Whoever or whatever it becomes.
That is good to hear. It's managed to survive.
It's healthy, at least from what we can tell. Can Castilla use her eyes to see if it has a soul line? Or forming one?
Yeah, you can. You do see very small hints of a form line forming, a soul line forming.
Oh, damn it. The Christians are going to have a field day with this.
No, it's close to hatching.
He's almost filled the egg out.
He's not a feed. The baby's almost about to be born. That's different.
Oh, but then they're going to say, like, oh, but you didn't check before.
I did check before.
There was not much as far as I could tell, so.
They won't believe you.
Well, they will believe me when I tell them go fuck themselves.
Well, they don't exist in this universe, so there's no one to dispute this. So
this is also a universe that provenly has gods, so it's rules here are a little different.
Magical birth control.
It'd
Baby
real
be
funny
gone.
to play in this world. It'd be hilarious.
No.
Every time you see like examples of some sort of miracle or gods appear in front of you, nope, I don't believe it. Whatever.
Nope.
Hallucination.
I mean, I have played
Untrue.
more than one atheist cleric before. It happens.
I love
Gods are not
also-
real.
I love the idea of a person with such a strong idea, like a strong sense of atheism, that he just has a constant anti-magic field specifically to religious-based magic.
You know, it'd be even
Get
funnier
away.
if they didn't. If they had like a god patron. They don't believe in it though, and the god is just desperately trying to get them to be like, okay, fine, God is real.
God's
And
real.
that's why they're sponsoring them, because it's like, come on, how could you deny
can
this,
do
bad
it.
boy?
The god talks in the person's head, and he's like, I need a mental health evaluation of some kind. I've got a disorder.
It's like, it's not a disorder. My name's Greg, and it's like, not
Sounds
good.
like
it
failure.
is.
I imagine
Oh,
it'd be like a
damn.
trickster. I feel like a trickster god would do that.
See, I don't feel
I
like a trickster god
exist.
would. A trickster god would be like, this is funny as hell. A god that just really wants to be believed in would be like, come on.
It's just some regular god, just average.
It's some
like,
regular guy.
Just some
No,
some regular god.
a god that like through some sort of deals or transactions was forced to try and do this, like by a trickster god.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Bonus points. The trickster god is the biological parent of the atheist.
At minimum, a demigod.
Yes.
Damn.
Still does not believe in God.
We know Mickey's backup character now.
I know I have a backup character now. That's crazy. Didn't have one of those bad boys previously.
Is that everything you're gonna do?
And just one more thing about the egg.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with this egg. Can I, based on my knowledge, because I have a griffin friend, and they're kind of similar in a sense at least the base form of Griffiths are similar to griffins. Can I try and figure out how long it has until it hatches, based on what I've seen?
Make a intelligence check.
Oh no. Hold on.
You can try, but Griffiths vary, and if you
Hmm.
you can't identify the exact race or species of Griffith that's currently in your hands, then it would be a lot harder. But go ahead, make an intelligence check, please.
Let's figure this out. Green or pink? Someone call it color.
Pink.
Grink.
Pink.
Crink.
I would like to guidance myself, if I'm allowed to, before I do it.
Sure, why not?
It's gonna be horrendous. My intelligence isn't that good.
You have a bod in the potty now. Do you need a little bit of inspiration, or you just want to raw dog it over there?
I mean, I've
Raw dog it.
Please, no.
raw
Never
dog.
say that
He's
again.
gonna be born in a week. There's a child suddenly tomorrow morning.
I mean, I have technically already rolled the dice.
Okay.
Okay, that's on you.
Sorry. It was a 13 plus 2. And I can't want to get my d4 out, so I'm just going to roll this one. Oh, plus 4. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19?
19.
19.
You don't know exactly what this is. It's giving you a lot of
It's giving.
it's giving. Yeah, it's giving.
It's
Giving.
There's a lot of familiarity to actual griffins themselves that are coming out of the plumage that this egg has. While not
Mhm.
exactly the same, you're getting vibes that there's some sort of avian nature to whatever's in here. And most avian creatures tend to hatch fast.
Oh.
Giving bird.
It's giving bird.
It's giving birth.
No, it's not.
So it possibly can hatch within the next week or so.
Oh, okay.
Damn, we're gonna have a child on us soon, guys.
Yeah, we may have a baby sooner than we thought.
Is this? Now I'm just gonna real quick be the voice of reason. Is it
Mhm.
wise for us to be carrying around a child while we're doing what we need to do?
Given the other options currently, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I did carry it in the fight with Oryx.
You didn't stow it or something?
No, I did not. I don't think I did. It's in an indestructible box.
Okay.
Good lord.
It lives on my belt. That's what we decided.
Can you prove it's indestructible?
Not
Let's
Well,
not.
after it hatches.
It did a pretty good job. Though, to be fair, the lion did most of the saving. So, maybe not. Who knows?
Let's not test the indestructibility of the egg.
No, of course not. It looks great.
That baby's kind of that baby kind of already has a soul line.
Yeah, that's...
It is
Which
also
is-
it is also a baby.
Yeah.
It feels very alive. And very much like it might hatch at any given moment. Within like a week.
Whenever the
Oh.
narrative demands it.
Yeah.
Whenever God says so.
So, there you go. The next time we open, that's not true. I'm definitely gonna check it sooner than them, but
We should
I
probably
might
check
open it at
pretty
some point.
frequently.
There'll
if
be a
it's
little
gonna
baby.
hatch soon. 'Cause
Okay.
we don't need to just lock it in there and then it dies.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
that's a hold on. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hold on. Despite the fact that I thought it would be weak, I'm gonna, because Vikta told me to bring it. I brought goodberry. I'm gonna grow a goodberry, some goodberries, and put it in the box before I close it, just in case it hatches.
Keep one. Can I keep one of those?
Do good berries rot?
It's 24 hours, so I'm gonna open it tomorrow and do the same thing. They don't. they don't rot. They just lose their. It just says they lose their potency if not consumed within 24 hours.
Well, hold
But I
on.
presume if it's a berry, it would lose its. It would rot eventually.
I just need to check. The baby is in a bag of holding right now?
Now the baby's in this box, and it's like a. It is
Okay.
literally just like a metal box.
Just wanted to
And
double
then-
check.
That's wrapped in like.
No, my question's answered. We can move on.
Oh
I
yeah,
had to
no,
make sure it wasn't gonna suffocate 15 minutes after being born.
no, it's not. It's not in the bag of holding.
I do feel once it would hatch, a excessive amount of movement would be noticeable in the box, which would be a decent sign.
You never know. Griffiths are. I've never. I never interacted with a Griffith really, so I don't know. I'm purely basing my knowledge on griffins, which are kind of similar but not really.
I can confirm that pretty much anything that hatches from an egg will at least give out some movement.
Oh yeah, you hatched from an egg.
He did. I saw it.
Sorry?
Because well, the whole soul line thing, I got to see him hatch. Wasn't my intention, but I got to see it.
I accidentally did the Kathy voice again.
It's okay.
Hilarious. I forgot that you saw him hatch from an egg.
I also technically saw Spiss, not my intention. And saw myself get revived after the whole dying, anyways, as a baby. Didn't see anything to do, Circe, and Alma, I am not there to go into looking through that without your permission. So,
Appreciate it.
of course, that is kind of a thing I'm trying to be better about.
By the end of our time together, you're gonna see every single one of us be both.
I don't know if I need to see that. Birth is
Yeah,
a
ideally,
sacred
please don't.
process.
I'd love to have that sort of be between me and God, you know?
Absolutely. Also, verse Bob, that goes for you. I do not have any plans of seeing that anytime soon.
There's, to the untrained eye, in looking in soul lines, I will warn you, people who are inept enough or are familiar enough with soul lines can, well, they can lie to you.
Wait, what?
It's magical ether in essence. It can be manipulated, though the core of it cannot, and the memories in the soul line will always be true. Layers can be placed amongst the top to make you think you're seeing things that you want to see, and you end up seeing things that they want you to see.
Oh, that changes some things.
It is how I was able to prevent you from looking too far into mine the first time.
That makes sense. There's a lot I don't really understand with the whole soul line thing, but at the same time, I mean,
That also makes sense. You are, for lack of a better way to say it, you're a race that you were never supposed to be.
yeah. Which is
Plus,
kind of
there's
weird.
really no one here around to teach you any of that, unless we find Guk or his sister at some point.
Hmm.
Does the car just go silent at the mention of sister?
I'd imagine.
Now that we have
Yeah.
time to speak amongst ourselves, I do have a question of my own.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
There's a tense feeling. There's
Uh-huh.
I've noticed that there are these things that you guys do. You may not entirely notice
No.
when you do them. You don't always do it intentionally. But it's piqued my interest for the longest. And at first I did not want to question what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But now I must ask, what form of magical craft or whatever means it is it that you use?
What?
There's something strange about all of you. This aura, this sense. Sometimes it feels like you manipulate the very essence around you, fit your solutions to the problem, or more exactly, you manipulate the problem itself to fit your solution.
No.
Anyone else getting anything from that?
Sorry if it sounds cryptic to say it the way I do, but I only speak it in this way because I have no idea what it is that you're doing. I will say the sensation I get around you is familiar. In a sense. Not something I felt here before.
Are you talking about when we cast normal things, or like when I made Osera like have wings and turn into a griffin?
Yes, more like that.
Yeah.
You
know how I do
shimmer
that.
You shimmer every time you do it. This glisten, like a rainbow, like
Rainbow.
Like we're gay, or
like
I
the
mean that sounds like
colorations
me.
you would see in a bubble, or this shimmer, like when you look through a crystal and you can see the reflections or the lights disperse.
Refraction.
Color. Yes, your magical essence shimmers in such a light. It changes.
Like the time I tried to cast Enlarge Reduce twice. Remember, I did it once and I glowed a little, and we were all like,
You
wow,
did.
maybe if I try and do that twice, but it didn't work.
That is unfortunately not something that we have entirely gotten a direct understanding of ourselves either. The exact effect has seemed unique to each one of us. Myself, I myself, I am able to combine effectively combine the effect of spells, either the results change and resulting in vastly unique reactions, such as combining frost and ice and fire spells would cause a large chunk of ice to form in the fire's area of effect, but to then explode in after a few moments. That Circe, she is capable of the alterations to her. Circe, you are capable of altering your wildfire spirit Osera to, as far as I can tell, your different to different forms of your friends or pets back in the Feywild.
Do whatever I want.
Spiss, yours is more akin is those larger those all different forms you're able to take during your wild magic surges for a short time. And is a more recent. Castella's is a more recent addition.
Like less than 24 hours edition.
Yeah, I know. What did you even? I'm not even sure what happened to you. You grew like feathers out of your hair.
Yeah. I talked with Raven, and in my head it was very weird. But then I don't know. felt like a part of her was supporting me or with me, or I don't want to sound cheesy, but it felt like she was there. I mean, she was there in the room, but like part of me, you know,
Mm.
could rely on each other, and I don't know. I could use some of her skills. That was kind of weird. Felt like I've known it my whole life, but now that I sit back, I don't know how to do that.
Yes, these effects we are able to, majority of the time, able to draw on them at our own will, but the source of that energy, of this energy, we unfortunately cannot explain, other than our current interactions and linkage to the warp. That is the closest thing to an explanation that we have.
I think that would be incorrect, unfortunately.
No, no.
Spiff kind
I've felt what the warp feels like, and that's not it.
Spiff
Are
kind
we
of,
dying?
I don't know what magical essence or energy it is you tap into, but it is foreign.
Oh.
It is strange.
Typically, that's not a good thing.
Spiff kind of awkwardly raises her hand like a little bit.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I don't really know about their abilities, but mine's I thought, from the nature of my birth?
Catalyst.
Yeah, it was kind of it's passed down in a sort.
But the energy is the same.
Yeah, that's why I don't really know. But
I don't mean to bring this up as a concern for you as of immediately. I just. We are born with innate talents, and then we cultivate them, or we grow. And some people, depending on what kind of talents it is, they were just destined to have such talents. Individuals can be born from certain parenting that causes them to have abilities. This doesn't feel like something that you were all meant to have. I don't mean that in a sense of it doesn't belong to you, because you have it for a reason. I just mean clearly this was given. Why? I don't know. But there's always a reason. And I would keep a thought out to that. As far as I know, most things in life are not free.
Several times people have referred to our soul lines as being overshadowed, not overshadowed, almost too shiny, unable to be read,
Yes. Like the coloration.
Raven included.
Hmm. I'm no expert when it comes to the soul lines. I know general knowledge from my time. But that is something that's known to not really be possible if you're not intentionally doing it yourself. And even then, considering Raven was a part of a primordial, I could not see why Raven would not be able to see through it. My I mean, no, but that can't be.
Come on,
Uh,
you gotta voice your thoughts to the room.
Yeah, kind of saying, no, it can't be, totally means it's likely with our track record.
Well,
I mean, it's better to have hypotheses than literally nothing.
Yeah.
my only theory, just off surface thoughts of why possibly, is because mayhap there is no discernible past, present, or future for you
I feel like
that
we've been told
most
that.
people can visually see.
I feel like we've heard that before.
I think so. It sounds familiar.
This isn't the first
mean-
time people have told us we're outliers of fate.
That was, you know, whose favorite thing to say to us when they were pretending to be someone else.
Yeah.
Sissy does like kind of stretches her arms up and points up toward the sky for a second.
You know, that doesn't inherently mean a negative thing. Something we've learned in my time realm, when it came to soul lines was a general knowledge thing, at least for a majority of what the individuals of my time had studied when it came to the soul lines, is its orientation, its origins of why it's a thing. The soul lines have a name from where I come from, a term, the threads of fate.
What?
The threads of fate are woven for each individual person, showing what they've been through and where they are, and for certain individuals who've learned to manipulate the soul lines, where they will possibly be. It is told that most threads of fate given to almost everyone is, well, it's set in stone. Mother Fate gives us a story and we just follow it. When you become at a certain level of power, that doesn't become as apparent anymore. Your threads of fate at the end tend to split, and various multiple possibilities become. Perhaps your threads of fate don't have a set path, and the possibility is limitless. You are, in terms, unbounded by fate currently. But it's just a theory of why
A
it's
game theory.
unvisibly seeable for most individuals. Which begs the question of how Castilla is able to view your soul lines. Perhaps because Castilla is in the same predicament as the rest of you, it puts her
Rehab was supposed to be a fresh start.
able.
Rehab was
Sorry. Fuck up. I'm sorry. My sister never sends one text. She sends 8.
It's fine.
That was so funny.
It puts her in this position to be able to view what possibly can happen and what has happened. But
Can you see?
I can't see soul lines.
Well, can Castilla, can you? If you look at me now, she holds her arms out for dramatic effect. Do I have an end? Many ends?
Castilla, sorry, Castilla is gonna try her best to focus and see if there is an end.
It shows Circe dying in 2 minutes.
You
Yeah.
can see the soul lines up to the current point of time.
Mm-hmm.
Bob more refers to the fact that you're able to see them at all means that you're able to perceive possibilities within the individuals that are unperceivable because you're in such an open possibility along with them.
Can you perceive my possibility?
It allows you to be able to see their past, present, but currently you cannot see futures.
It's crazy to think people could see futures. Because then wouldn't that be all like, ooh, your son will kill you in 2 years, and then you're going to take everything out on your son, and then ultimately, consequences of your action, your son does kill you.
Well, you have heard Happy refer to individuals not in their present, but in what they will do.
Oh shit, you're right.
Some people tend to let it be known in the way they speak. They'll be like, "Oh, that person's not supposed to be there," or Happy would say something like, "Oh, he's gonna do something funny in a minute."
Oh, like freaking blah, blah, blah. When Anastasia to Oz, she said that he's not supposed to be there. She was like, he's supposed to be freaking dead, but he wasn't.
We changed that because we were involved. Oh my gods. Oh,
my
that's a little
God.
scary. That's scary how we can do that. Oh.
We changed fate. Sorry, Bob. I got a little excited.
Oh, Castilla literally looks like a little shaken at that thought.
It's all right. I do a good job just making sure there are crumbs and not completely out there. But yeah, that would be a good example of Anastasia being able to see what was supposed to happen and seeing that wasn't happening anymore. She also, I believe, looked back and she was just like, "That's different." But you didn't know that was happening at the time.
Because we
knew.
clueless, but we're putting the pieces together.
I thought it was weird. I thought it was so weird when she said it. I wrote it in red. I was like, "That's weird. Why did she say?" That's why she said that. Oh, Anastasia.
I just wanted to put it on the table of your thought. Is all. I've been given promises before by individuals higher than me. And under their guidance, we thought we were going to do good. And while we ultimately got rid of our enemy, the results, I would say, aren't entirely what I would have wanted. You can get burned by not just gods, but by those who lie above. I am still here not because I cannot die only, but because I feel a responsibility for the state of your realm and for the actions that we've taken to cause this mess. If there was more I can do, I would. I'd do anything in my power to make everything better. But I cannot. I can just do what I can. I've lost many friends and family in my actions, and I was fully prepared to either be erased from existence entirely or be sent to the exact place I know I belong. But instead, I was given a crueler fate, a curse. What fate has decided to be my punishment, to view the aftermath of my actions, and to not be able to do anything about it, or to even escape if I wanted to. And yet, I find myself today injured, with a wound that refuses to heal, knowing damn well that there is a way for me to die, and still being too afraid to go out in that manner. If you ever questioned the help I've given you, know it doesn't come from trying to be a good person or a hero. I've tried that already. It comes from guilt. And that is why I give it to you so freely. I cannot be your enemy because I already was. Me and my companions already were.
You already were? You mean this? And she wildly gestures at the air, like the warp, basically, but like wildly gestures in the car.
Everything that's come to your realm from mine that should not have been here. Everything that's been tainted by our illness of the time. My very existence being here. One sole decision. That's all it took for all this. One single decision.
What was that decision, if you are willing to share?
We have plenty of nights, my friend Victor. Perhaps I will feel comfortable enough one night to tell you what had happened that day. But currently, I do not. I apologize. But if you truly want to know, eventually I will tell you. You deserve to know what caused the mess that your realm, your time, has to deal with. Just know this. I made my decision not knowing that this was a possibility. I made my decision thinking that everything was going to be gone from existence. with no other time, or even knowing there were other times, or dimensions, or realities being affected. But it doesn't change that I've done what I, and I will live for eternity, or for whenever this cruel joke of a curse decides. Starting to get dark. We might have to set up camp soon. Driving the desert out at night is not very safe. Tends to be the times that the sandworms patrol the desert sands more often, and they are about the scariest things out here. And the last thing we want is a big old heavy car rumbling around the deserts, something that senses through motion.
I'm going to assume that they are similar to pepper worms.
Much larger.
Ah,
A little dumber. They tend to
Didn't realize that was possible.
they almost do this sand pit thing and try to trap individuals in it.
Oh, it's sand spider.
Anything you guys want to do before you decide to set up camp?
what's Verse's expression right now in the front seat, I assume?
He looks like he's listening intently, and there's a look of baffle to him. At first, he almost felt like strange. And the more he hears Bob speak, and for the little bit of time he's gotten to know Bob, for the times they've met each other through cell exchange and stuff, he's come to know that when Bob tends to say things, it's from truth, no matter how ridiculous they sound. So there's a bit of like, oh shit, in his face. He's trying to gather his thoughts.
This poor man.
So nothing?
I think I still is a bit too baffled to say anything, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back with setting up camp and who's going to take watch and all that. And for the events of what you rolled to take place.
Oh
Oh,
boy, Sandworm time, guys.
R4!
Alaskan
No,
bullworm.
R57.
Alaskan bullworm.
We're gonna fight 57 of them.
Oh god.
Yeah, you see, it was yeah, R4. It was actually for the quantity of worm.
That's full on.
Oh, no.
Got it. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna fill my drink up. I'll be back.
God.
We've been told by so many people that we are in defiance of fate, and that we
Yeah.
are
And that we
freaks.
are not meant to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that some of us are not even from this dimension. Cough, cough. Circe and Vikda, which is a little concerning.
Well, not from this dimension, but I don't know if you guys
Not from
saw
this
my comment
timeline.
first, but Grand Elder Avis
Mm-hmm.
did say that we are all from this life stream. What that means, or how, like, this life stream, if dimensional stuff, if that's still at play, what that means. But we were told that we were all from this life stream.
Yeah.
But no, I was just thinking, I was just like, this sounds a lot like the conversation we had with him before. Because he told us that, he told Spiss that he can't see her future, and that normally he knows what's going to happen with, like, her protector stuff, but with her, he has no idea what path she's on and what her future holds. And so she scares him in that way. So Bob talking about how, like, past, future, and present, like, maybe doesn't, it's all weird. And I'm like, wait. We
heard this.
I'm like, we were just told this.
The dots, they're connecting.
The dots. I don't have many dots.
Connecting those dots.
I've connected them. You haven't connected shit. I've connected them.
You're starting to sound like me, Vel.
Listen. I'm hearing buzzwords and going, I know this conversation.
It's a surprise tool to help us later.
That's what we call foreshadowing.
Jesse's proud we're starting to connect dots.
Oh my god.
So long ago.
I feel like it's a lot of you guys connecting the dots, and I'm sitting here like, yeah.
You heard
Dots.
buzzwords. I didn't catch buzzwords. You did.
Well, yeah,
like
fate, time.
I'm the one who's truly not connecting shit. Like,
I feel
Doing
like
great, Owen.
we all think we're not connecting anything, and then giving each other pieces to help us. Like, we all hold, like, puzzle pieces to connect the dots, but we don't know we're holding puzzle pieces for this puzzle.
and we just randomly find them, just spouting them out.
Yeah, we say them out loud and randomly hand over our pieces, and somebody will, like, realize that they have two pieces that go together, and they're like, wait, guys! We're like the worst puzzle solvers ever.
We're doing great.
10 out of 10.
It's like we're playing Go
I just
Fish.
heard worst puzzle solvers ever, and I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about, but that's us.
We're talking about how we're basically playing a combination of all of us. We're basically playing Go Fish, but with puzzle pieces, and that's how we're connecting the dots and, like, solving everything.
Yeah, that feels right.
Because I just mentioned the conversation we had with Grand Elder Avis. Spiss's, like,
Yeah, the elder in the windmill town?
In the
That one?
ravine, yeah.
Right.
He also told us that we are in defiance of fate, and that he can't, like, he didn't mention, and that he can't see, like, Spiss's future and everything, when normally he should be able to. Like, in the past he could, at least.
Mm.
But he has no idea where Spiss is gonna go, or what decisions, like, what's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen. So it's like, with Bob's whole conversation about how weird we are, I'm like, this all sounds familiar.
I'm a little concerned that I forgot that Bob isn't caught up to speed that Anastasia's here. Circe's technically, I say technically, 2 of her fucking kids are in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of Anastasia's kids are in the
Yeah.
car, and we've talked to her. Also,
That's
she's
why I
gone.
didn't want to
And
reveal
also,
it.
simulacrum Anastasia's kind of fucking dead.
Mhm.
So,
Well, it's fine. He didn't know she was alive anyway.
That's fine.
well, he's gonna be like, how did you talk to her? How did she have sex? How does she
Yeah,
procreate with 2 fucking children if she's in the goddamn moon?
I don't
Well,
like that
to be
sex.
fair, we don't really know that either.
We
Very
don't know.
strong disassociation.
Because technically, isn't Circe from the Fae Queen and not this Simulacrum?
She's
From
still
what
from
we know.
Anastasia either
Yeah.
way.
So we don't have answers to any of his questions.
He's gonna look at us and go, "What the fuck?"
What is going
No,
on?
this is God's punishment.
Yeah.
You 6 idiots.
Yeah, I felt like while he was driving was not the best time to drop the bombshell that Anastasia is
We can
in
drop
fact
the bombshell before we
alive.
go to sleep.
He finds
Yeah, we can
And
tell
watch
him
him bolt
he's
up, go, "What the
alive.
fuck?" Hey,
And we-
Anastasia's our cool aunt.
And we can tell him Guk's okay. Well, not okay, but
Yeah.
Mm,
he's somewhere.
probably alive.
he's functioning, hopefully.
We can tell him that Guk is somewhere.
Your bestie's alive.
Fine. I did get an extra use of the scry spell after we leveled up.
Let's go.
Oh
But-
yeah.
I don't know if you can scry on people if they're in prison, like Nikki thought that Guk was in the prison.
I hope not. Let our man free. He did nothing except be a good dad.
He was such a good dad.
I like how we joke about him being our dad, which is kind of funny if you look at the fact that Anastasia's Circe's mom, which and Circe's disowned Anastasia but calls Guk her dad.
Yeah, she's dead to me.
Literally none of us are related, and yet
Circe really went, I don't like you anymore, Mom. I'm gonna go live with my uncle.
I'm gonna live with Uncle, you suck.
He's nice to me.
My uncle's cooler than you.
He's cooler than you, and he
Look.
spoils us because he has no children that we know of. He
He
explicitly said
doesn't-
no family because he was like, "Oh, Anastasia's my only family."
He could have some tube babies somewhere that we don't know
He
about.
could have DNA babies because somebody said, "Ooh, Guk's all powerful. Let's,
Mm.
you know."
Also,
First
who
might
He
knows?
know
was
more
gonna be a
history.
god.
He was, and I'm still concerned who the third sibling is.
There's this. Oh yeah, I forgot there was a third sibling.
There's this another sister, I think.
Oh no. Oh god, there's always a sister. There's so many sets of sisters.
There's a baby sister to Anastasia and Guk. If I remember right, it could be a baby brother. Either way, there's somebody, and we don't know who or where or what.
It's Spiss.
It probably is this.
Now Spiss is the baby EG. We should...
Yeah, Spiss can be
God
both.
damn, God damn it, Spiss! Come on.
Spiss is avenging. Spiss is avenging her sister. She's trapped on the moon. She's gonna blow up the moon.
Technically Zephyr, but though willingly now, according to Cave Moon Faye Anastasia, willingly put in the moon.
Oh god. That's right. We still have we have access to the moon. I keep forgetting that.
We do have access to the moon.
We do. We also need to use Spiss's sword more.
We do. Oh my god.
What
So,
does Spice's sword do? It's because
Review
I get
know.
really confused.
I don't know. But basically, it shows Spiss stuff when she asks. She'll ask, saying she wants to know something, like
Uh-huh.
put her desire into it, and then it'll show her something. Whether or not it's what she actually wants to see is up to the question. So far, she's
Right.
gotten fairly decent results. Questionable, because the first time she did it, Castillo showed up robotic, dead, and basically all that.
But you explicitly, that's something I've been thinking about too more recently, is you explicitly stated you wanted to talk to Ayin,
I said I wanted
And-
to talk to the veiled lady. Yeah.
the veiled lady. Meaning we spoke to, we had to have spoken to the actual veiled lady.
Oh my god.
Meaning we could have spoken to her, not whatever the primordial, taken over thing is, like what happened with Pearl.
Oh, like her before she became.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I've been thinking on that more, and now I'm also like, oh fuck, Spiss, do it again. But, you know, Spiss probably won't.
I mean, if you ask, Spiss will do it.
Spiss, we need to traumatize Bob a bit. Possess me.
I mean, if Spiss is asked to do something, she'll just fucking do it.
Even though
Right,
Spiss is currently going through mental anguish.
Yeah.
But where did she get that?
God damn it, Spiss.
Because if Spiss follows directions, she's not going to get kicked out of the party and people will keep loving her.
Shut the She's loved. Spiss could actually murder Castilla and Castilla would say sorry.
That feels more like a Castilla problem than a comment on Spiss.
No, because like why would Spiss kill? There would be no reason
No,
for Spiss to.
Don't brush past the past that
No,
the fact
shut the
that
fuck
is a Castilla problem.
No, any of the party could do that, and Castilla would say sorry.
So you're just reinforcing that it's a Castilla problem.
No, I'm saying that Castilla loves you guys. Family can hurt each other, right? Anyways.
Yeah, Spiss is the only fucked up
don't.
one.
No, anyways.
Spiss is the only fucked up one here. Yeah, right, Castilla.
Yeah. The only
Right.
one who's been hit by a parent. Anyway.
Right.
We've had conversations about.
Oh my god.
We're all so mentally stable. Wow, I'm so glad I'm not the only. I'm so glad I'm the only normal one here.
Thanks, everybody.
Man, these guys are fucked up. Thank God I'm the only normal one here.
At least when I say it, it's true.
No, you want to know who's the true one? It's Vurs. Vurs is the only normal one here.
Questionable.
No, because he likes gambling, and that's perfectly normal. He seems the most mentally stable. Because I lied. Almost pretty stable, but after Bing Bay Boom, that might be also questionable. But Vurs
It's
seems
fine.
like
Alma knows how to process her grief.
good
and
for
I
her.
am looking all of you in the eyes when I say that.
Alma had
Good
a
for
decent
her.
upbringing and was taught how to handle her emotions. Nobody else was.
I don't know. Still locked hers away for 10 years. That kind of works.
And you know that's not how it fucking works.
It worked for her.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
But
She's so good at talking to people, guys.
pushing things under the carpet always works. It has never gone wrong for anyone in the history of ever.
I'm not fighting this fucking battle.
Yeah, Vikda's tribe, they didn't deal with their emotions. They just fucking died. So they didn't have the
Nice.
life expectancy to deal with they didn't have the life expectancy to have PTSD.
Oh my god.
I mean, what can you do? No need to process the grief when you're gonna die in 2 days.
True.
You also, I mean, your biggest trauma is destroyed now. That lovely knife and chain.
Yeah.
True.
We took care of it.
It caused
Yeah,
some
that-
trauma.
My grandma actually did say that shit once. Like, I could go to therapy and work on my issues, but I'm old.
It's
Too late for me.
I dead ass contemplated. I was like, do I really need to go to therapy?
Oh my god.
You're 20,
Wednesday, I was like, do I
obviously.
need to? And then I sat back and yeah, just a bit.
No one needs therapy. It's a
That's
lie.
a fucking comment to make. Everyone needs fucking therapy.
No,
This
you're
day
so
and
right.
age.
I actually don't need therapy.
You're the exception, Mickey.
Uh-huh.
It's because I'm gonna come to your house and threaten you.
I'm God's
Tell you your
normalist
love.
soldier.
You're God's silliest clown.
Nope, his normalist soldier.
No one who says that is normal.
Okay, and I'm
That's-
the exception to the rule, baby.
That just means everyone else is even more fucked up. Comparatively. They're fine. It's fine.
That's fine. We're all fine.
Everything's fine. We're so
It's
mentally
fine,
stable.
It's cool. You
Has
can say
ever
that we are
been-
nothing, but you know the truth.
We
I
are
guess I'm the fool, with her arms up like an angel through the car sunroof.
the hanged man himself.
You have never met a more group of stable people in your life.
A more group.
Yeah,
A more
that's it. I
group.
said what I said.
I thought you were gonna
are-
stop there, and I was like,
It's
yeah.
2:30 in the morning.
I fully thought
The
you were
mo-
just gonna stop after that and be like, you have never met a more group.
A more group.
And I
That's
was
it.
like, yeah.
The people ever.
End sentence.
We are the homosexuals. And we are
Women
the
with
group.
children. XX lovers.
Oh my god.
We are the
XOXO.
homosexuals and Vikda.
And listen, being ace is a homosexuality in
Yeah.
a sense. It's part of LGBTQ plus.
It's quite literally being a no sexuality, I believe.
Yeah. So like,
But it's fun.
you're
It is-
here.
yes,
your
but
identity.
it's funnier.
Victor is a no sexual.
It's not funnier.
Teen
Hey,
Titans
People are
and Bumblebee.
queer. They are not straight people with delusions of grandeur. Something I have been told.
Oh my god.
Which I will always remember because what do you mean delusions of grandeur? Hey dog! Hey dog!
Yeah, I'm much cooler than anyone else because I am Ace. Like, I'm so cool. And I'm delusional about it.
All right. So
Anyway,
Hi Jesse, how was your break?
it was all right.
We had a 10-minute break. All right.
Yes.
We had a little slightly more than the 10-minute break. No.
I ain't paid attention to that part.
We return to the car stopping, and you guys come out and begin to make camp. The moon is high. Sun is starting to set down.
Wait, only one moon?
Actually,
Oh no.
There's 2 moons. That's why I'm questioning it.
yeah,
There
there's
is two moons.
but I'm trying.
Where's
to
the other
remember-
one?
Trying to remember how they would be right now.
To be fair, we haven't asked the question in like a bajillion sessions because we haven't
Forever.
seen it.
Oh, let me guess. We're gonna experience the warp tonight, aren't we, fuckers?
It's a full moon.
Yeah,
And
you
I mean, like,
did it to yourself,
there
to
can be
yourself.
there can most likely can be like new moons, so there could just be one moon in the sky, or who knows, maybe
Yeah,
two
yeah.
moons.
I currently Mizu is a new moon, so you don't really see Mizu. And Orion is almost full. It happens less often with Orion. Orion's a slower cycle, moon cycle. He's a larger moon between the two of them as well. But he's getting there. He's almost full. So, big old red moon shining across today instead of Mizu's whitish blue. All right, we'll be making camp. Right next to the car because we don't want to keep this out of our view. I've also taken all the crystals out of the car as well. I'm keeping them with me, even the one that was on them currently being used. I don't want no shenanigans. Who would like to keep watch?
I will.
For the first watch, there are 3 watch cycles.
Yeah, I can go first. I feel awake. I feel like I have
can take one.
energy.
I'm a pretty good morning person, so I could take the third one.
I mean, I can stay with you, Castilla, if you want.
Sure.
I can take the second watch.
I can take
Maybe.
whichever watch. Second or third.
Phil is eyeing Verse as if Verse might take a watch.
Spend time with
Oh.
your son,
Yeah,
I've,
time with your fucking child. No,
or your brother, or your
son, brother,
Nephew.
child. Charge.
I'm unclear.
I thought who's taking? Sorry, who's taking first watch and second and third?
Castilla and Circe are taking first watch. I'll be on the second watch, and Alba is on the third watch. Specitus is undecided between second or third.
Whichever you're taking, Spiss.
This is dead.
Just get to pick.
I was muted somehow. I'm like, I'm responding.
No, you aren't.
No, I wasn't.
Silenced.
I'll take third. If you...
If you want the company, then I guess I'll take second watch with you, Vikda.
That would be that would be appreciated.
Of course. Bob, you should just sleep the whole night. To be fair, you're driving us the entire road trip and you're injured, so it'd be best if you just rest. Yeah, I plan to. Please don't. Please don't mess with the car. Or blow anything up. Or eat strange things.
You mistake us for scoundrels.
Not scoundrels. No,
Idiots.
never said that. Not that either. I would not call you guys idiots.
There was hesitation.
Overly curious, and easily indulgible.
Bob, are you sure you haven't worked with children before? That sounds like something I hear a lot from a local teacher.
Named
Sorry.
Emily.
I'm not a teacher, excuse you. From my actual classroom teacher, yes, exactly.
Just familiar with being in a group of reckless individuals. I was the most reckless individual amongst my group, so.
That's why he took the crystals, because he knew we were gonna try and ride the car.
I'm sorry, we were gonna do what?
No.
I mean, no, I was not gonna do that. That's not what I was.
Cersei.
No, I can't now. He took the crystals.
Now,
It's
do I need
fine.
to tie you up?
You would have loved it. It would have been fine.
Vikda just heavily sighs, putting his head in his hands upon hearing that.
Can I make
I'm a
vote that
perfectly
Cersei's
good
banned
driver.
from driving? No, you are not.
I'm so good at it. Bob said himself. He doesn't remember, but he said it.
Cersei, have you even ever driven a car?
Yeah?
Bob's
When?
already in his tent.
I completely agree with banning Circe from piloting any vehicle.
Myself all the time, and it's fun. I've never crashed when I've been a bird. Cars are the same thing.
Cersei.
It's fine. Don't worry. He's taking the crystals anyway. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Castilla's gonna make sure she does not pull out any of the weird warp crystals that she knows she has in her bag while she organizes it later. They will remain inside.
Me too.
All right. Well, first watch.
I'm worried that we haven't had an interaction yet with that 57.
I mean, we were told when that was going to happen, and it's not yet.
What?
I know.
That the gods above told us that.
I didn't say that in my voice.
Jesus Christ.
I would like for someone to roll a d20.
Oh, Abby, do you want to do it?
Sure. Sure.
It's for your perception / vigilance for your watch. Yeah.
Just a perception check, or just a 20. Okay.
Perception. Perception check.
We'll do green because that we did think first. What was my perception again? I always forget that it's just a 5 because I'm not proficient in it. Ooh, no.
Is this
Maybe
a good
start
time to
proficient in it?
say my passive perception's a 20?
Probably. It's a 12.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I do fear that I must point out, to be honest, I don't have dark vision.
Ah,
Take for that what you will. I cannot see in the dark.
I don't think Castilla does either.
Mm.
Do half-elves not have dark vision?
She's not fully a half-elf. She was
Of
originally a
course she's
warforged,
not!
so she was originally a warforged, and
Oh,
that's
God.
the traits that I used when building her.
Stella, why did we sit on watch together? We should
Shiv, what's
I don't know.
Sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure Vikta is the only one. Vikta and Alma are the only ones with dark vision.
Spiss does too.
And I don't have dark vision. I have superior dark vision.
Oh wow.
Turbo
See, she serves us.
Spiss has dark vision too.
Shut the fuck up. No.
Okay, we're just shit. It's just me and you, Castilla. We're just crap.
Okay,
And
no,
never mind.
partner up with them.
You guys knew ahead of time. You've known each other for months. You knew it. And
It
you
doesn't come
put
up
together
very
things.
often, in fairness. I just felt like I needed to be honest that we were in a desert with no natural light. Or unnatural light. I suppose other than a fire
Yeah.
that we would have built.
There is
That's
a campfire. Tents surrounding the campfire.
just squinting into the darkness, like, Jesus, like, I see shit out here.
Okay, well,
Have
you
shit
have
in
time to speak amongst yourself if you want to, have a conversation as characters, or do anything currently that you want before your watch is over.
So it's a no to the car?
Yes, Circe, it's a no to the car.
Okay. Fine.
Do you happen to have any more of those good berries?
Totally.
Perfect.
Hold on.
Second question: have you ever gave somebody food who was comatose?
Not a human, or not a
Okay.
humanoid.
I worry that they're supposed to be a full meal, right? Or at least sustenance.
Yes, totally.
So,
they
If we can crush it up and properly have her swallow it without having her choke, I just don't want Pearl to starve.
That's a good point. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, we can try. We could make it into like a jam. You know, like heat it up, melt it a little bit, and then I don't know. It's easier with bigger animals that have larger throats. We could try. I know the Heimlich, though I am half her size, but I do know the Heimlich.
You can show me if it gets to that point.
Okay. Do I have a little container to warm up a berry? Or some berry?
Castilla has jars and Circe, or like vials.
She has tons of little vials.
You could do the Starburst style. Put it on a stick, roast over the fire.
I'm sorry, the what?
Starburst style?
Starburst.
What?
Have you never had roasted Starburst, dude?
Mickey, I do not use fire a lot. No.
Why not?
I don't like fire, and also I have asthma.
Well, yeah,
That
I
makes
can't
sense.
breathe either, but do you not go camping, dude?
I don't like camping.
Oh, camping is horrendous.
I live in Florida where it's humid all the time. I'm not staying outside.
Suddenly, this is not a safe place.
I
For
like
you.
camping, occasionally.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a
perfect.
threat.
This is safe for me and Owen.
Oh, camping is awful.
Abby gets me.
It's awful. The outside is awful.
And you play a druid.
I love druids. They're so much fun, but I hate the outside world.
Coward.
But Sassy likes to set things on fire, so you know, swings and roundabouts.
No, it doesn't.
Speaking of, yeah, okay. I grow some good berries, some new ones, because I put the other ones in the buds box.
Castilla will pop out some vials or jars that she has.
Okay.
We're gonna cook it over a fire, apparently.
Yeah, we're gonna try and basically try and make it into like almost like a jam consistency if we can. I know we don't have sugar, but like try our best to make it as
Taste doesn't
liquidy.
really matter right now.
Yeah, it's just about making it more liquidy. Like, do we have water? We could add water, right?
I have ether water, but I don't know if Pearl eats that anymore.
Oh, that's true.
So let's avoid that, probably.
Spiss
Oh,
has a
Alma,
canter.
did we have food? Question mark, food and water tonight?
I
From
have the
Mar-
spells. We probably
That's why I'm
we ate dinner.
Maybe would there be water left over in a cup or something?
Did you set aside a cup of water?
I don't know. Probably not.
Spiss does, if you steal Spiss's canteen thing, she does have the endless water stuff. So if you want to rob
Suspicious
Spiss.
gets gently shaken awake by Castilla. Spiss, can I borrow your decanter?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Good night, love you.
Nice.
Spiss is just sitting there baffled, confused.
Castilla would give a kiss on the forehead, she would, but that's a little weird right now. Anyways. Good, go back to sleep. This is totally what she'd do when waking up a sibling real quick.
This was a dream.
That's Circe.
It was all a dream.
Yeah, that checks out.
Works every time.
Decanter of water.
I pull a little bit into the little vial, and then like use a dowel, like a druid craft, to make like a dowel stick to sort of like smush and stir to try and make it as liquidy as we can,
Mhm.
so we don't choke Path.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going back to Castilla because I trust she would probably be better at it, size-wise, than me.
Okay, so now you have a like liquidy good berry.
Perfect.
You
I believe in you.
to Pearl's tent, assumingly, that was set
Mhm.
up for her, and she was placed in it by herself. Go ahead, you feed it to her.
Make sure she swallows, isn't choking, is breathing.
Don't block her right away.
Does she swallow it? At least as best we can make her?
It goes down.
Oh, that is
Drink it.
enough, in theory, nourishment to maintain a creature for one day.
Okay, so do this again tomorrow then. Unless we start seeing, I don't know, allergic reaction. I don't know if Pearl can have good berries.
I mean,
so
she looks fine.
she does look fine.
Maybe we should just like watch her now for just a little bit, just to make sure that she doesn't start
Yeah.
losing her airway. Fun. Does she look okay to you? With your eyeballs?
Sorry, I thought you meant like, did she look like she was not the eye thing? And Castilla will just try and poke, not to like poke around in the memories, but just make sure the soul is still here.
Yeah, still
Still
intact.
Also, stupid question, because I know I've confirmed they can have different colors. Can they have different like shapes? Like one's thicker, one's thinner, one's more coily.
The soy line, the soul lines.
Yes, the soy lines, soul
Yeah.
lines. Yeah.
They are usually design wise. They fit the individual more. Colors, maybe it's the texture to it and all that stuff. They tend to fit the individual more. Yeah, they do vary.
Mm-hmm. And Pearl's, does it look any different from when I last saw?
No.
Still same as when she got brought back. The broken, scattered bits are floating around, but she's here. I mean, I'm not going into her memories. At least right now, unless we're desperate, if that's okay.
I'm just worried about her.
I'm too.
I wish we knew why she wasn't waking up.
Maybe guilt, embarrassment, fear, pain.
Mm.
Maybe she's just tired.
When you guys went off to the market earlier, I tried to read her mind, and there was nothing there.
Kind of like how she's been since the whole Yin thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if Pearl's been checked out for a while. Our Pearl, really and truly.
Yeah, me too. I thought about delving for a moment, but I remembered that you guys probably would think that was a bad idea.
I think that's your choice to make. I'm trying to get better about the whole not, messing with people's, I mean, technical fate lines, soul lines, soul, yeah, that's a little weird. Minds are different than souls, both equally important. This whole thing's chaotic as hell. I think that's a choice you can make. She's your sister. I mean, if it was Theo down and there was a small chance that I could do something by just looking into his soul line, I take it.
I wanted to. It was just after what Vurs said about getting trapped. But then I was like, it's not really the same thing as like teleporting into someone's mind.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, I die, And then I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want to try?
Kinda.
If it means getting to see her for a brief second. Her, actually, her not. Her hiding,
Will you help me?
I'll try. Hold on. Castilla will pop up her, I believe it's message. Yeah, message. The simple, basically, so it directly goes into the person's brain, aka direct. You are getting this, hopefully. And Castilla will basically be like, "Hi, it's me, and Circe's here too. We're going to poke around in your head a bit. Hopefully, nothing like messing things up, but we just want to make sure you're okay. We love you. We hope you're okay. Excited to talk to you soon." Basically, as if she's writing a letter. I hate to say it. It's very much a look, Castilla. Okay, I hope that worked. I kind of just beamed something into her head.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
She holds her hand out to Castilla to like hold, if she would.
Castilla will take it. Castilla will take it.
Just in an aim to sort of ground herself to this, like where she is, and try to keep herself as like grounded in reality as she can, just in case something. And I would like to use detect thoughts on Pearl again.
Okay.
But this time I would like to push into her mind. That's the spell. She gets to. I guess if anything happens at all, she does get to make a save to push me away if she wants to.
And it is, what is the save for?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw. That is a 14.
That was a failure.
So she did try and push away. Or something did.
Something did.
Okay. So you try to push in.
Yeah, I do.
You open your mind to the thoughts of Pearl, who lays in front of you right now. You guys are inside a tent, by the way.
Mhm.
Just saying. Just immediately. No longer keeping watch.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. I only got a 12. It was bad
Passive
anyway.
is 20. If something is loud, she will probably hear it.
Just keep repeating it. It's 20. Please.
Passive is 20, please.
You
It's
are,
better
you
than the
are
shit
currently
12.
concentrating on something.
We are.
Yeah. You try to dive into Pearl's mind. And there's nothing currently where you are. And you push further. And you push. And you feel this resistance.
Can I? Oh gosh, my voice just cracked. Can I try to? Because I don't know if it's like anything I could try to. I have my mote, and I know I can only really use it for like 3D stuff that I know of. But can I try and like focus on whatever sort of magic I use to summon Osera and try and like push against it?
You're trying to use a mote onto the current ability that you're using.
Yes. I would like to try and like when you're almost like a membrane, like try to push my way through whatever's holding me back.
Okay. Make a wisdom check. Real quick.
Just a flat wisdom?
Flat wisdom.
Oh. Come on. That's not great. That is not great at all. Well, it's fine. It's an 11.
11's not the
5.
worst.
So that's plus 5 is 16.
16. That's pretty good. This is for. It's a check and not a saving throw for a reason.
Oh, okay.
You try to push past this force that's pushing you back. And you feel the surge of energy from the mote as you channel it onto your current ability with the intention to push through. And you push through. Castilla, you see Circe, the outlayer of Circe, glow for a second, the coloration that you would know of an indication of using a mote.
Mm-hmm.
And then Circe's body goes limp.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Good. Nope.
Circe, you push in further and a light blinds you for a second as you feel your feet touch ground. Surrounding you is cloud. Various colorations. There's a strange filter over everything you're looking, almost like a foggy blur. But you can clearly see everything. There is a comedically strange brick road ahead of you. You see. Let me pull it up real quick. I have a reference for how this.
Oh,
Hey, yo, so we were supposed to be stupid and do something like this.
Or at least more likely he prepared for us for this.
to be stupid.
Jesse expected us to be stupid.
Mm-hmm. Expect the unexpected.
You see an amalgamation of things floating around these clouds. Over the edge of the clouds, there's not too far off of a drop at all before you see water, rivers, oceans of this strange, shimmering rainbow-like coloration. One of the clouds off the distance breaks as a winged beetle with rows of multiple wings and a large maw to it. It's strange. It's almost like a stuffy, but its huge, serpent-like body breaks through the clouds and lands back into the water. The sun is not a sun entirely, as it is a face that looks around, grabs its tiny little hands, and almost in a impatient manner begins to look throughout this strange, dreamlike realm you're in.
What the fuck? Hello? Hello?
You say out loud, and you can hear yourself say it, and that's when you notice your hands. They're there, but your hands look like they've all been sewn.
Oh.
Oh, am I a little doll?
You have this cotton-like texture to yourself.
I'm adorable.
You're indeed a stuffy.
Yes.
Aww.
Can I try and do like a druid craft?
You druid craft. What do you make?
Just Pearl's flower, like the signature one that I always grow for Pearl.
You make the flower, but instead of an actual flower forming, an origami paper flower takes
I want to
shape.
fucking live here. This is great. Huh. This is pretty cool. Are you also a doll? A cute doll? Me? Adorable. Hello?
You don't hear a response.
Damn it. Okay. Do my wings work? If I give them a little flutter, do they seem to be working?
You flutter, and you feel no wind pick up at all. Like your wings just don't, they're not real. They're stuffy wings. But you still float up.
This is a very completely a cool dream that I've never had. Yeah, okay, cool. I float up, which is a very weird sensation to not have to, beat your wings to give yourself waft. And I look out. Can I see anything else humanoid, like Paul, moving around? Or just humanoid in general, if not specifically?
There's a lot of cloud. You don't really see anything humanoid. You see the roads made of colorful bricks. Rocks in certain sections break above from the cloud. On one end, you can see a very large blade impaled into the rainbow-like water from beneath. The occasional large insect like stuffy that breaks off from the water. You do notice something else. At the far end, there are a bunch of comedically large, and I mean comedically large, golden coins scattered about. Coming from those golden coins is a huge, like building size bag with an eye sewn onto it, a single eye.
Aura?
And a bunch of stuffed mini eyes around.
Oh, it is Aura. Uncomfortable. Okay. Big sword. Eyeball bag. I do have, I don't know if it'll work in a dream. I do have locate creature. Can I focus on Pearl? Is she anywhere near me within 1,000 feet? Is it 1,000 feet? I think it is. 1,000 feet.
Who knows? But as you cast locate creature, before you apparates a small white glove, and it points to your right.
This is amazing. You can come with me to the real world.
Gotta love dream logic.
I go right. I follow the hand. It seems very helpful and would never do me wrong.
Handy.
Yes.
Fuck you, Owen.
He's very handy. Yes.
I wasn't prepared for the pun.
Fantastic.
You walk further and further in the direction that the hand points to you. And the hand stays at the exact same distance away from you, pointing directly ahead now.
Nice. This is so much more helpful than the regular spell.
As you do, you notice this large clock tower, broken, fallen onto the cloud itself. It protrudes out enough to make walking space, almost like a bridge. Wrapped around partial of this clock tower is what looks like to be goldish threads. And you follow the threads visually with your eyes as they lead up into this mane of blonde hair, stars embedded into the hair itself, almost like glitter spread across. A giant head of a unicorn sticks off of the ground itself, its horn broken in half, one end of the guard of the blade that is embedded into the water grasping the unicorn's head up, lifting it, not in a dreadful across the neck or through the eye kind of way, grabbing the horn almost to keep it up. That's when you notice that from the horn itself, the very rainbow liquid spews out that makes the water the ocean.
Huh.
The unicorn eye darts across, looking at various things. You begin to walk further, now using this broken down clock tower as a bridge. As you do, when you're about to reach the end of the clock tower and pass where the clock itself is, one of the hands moves for the clock, signaling time passing, and two eyes protrude. Hello.
Oh, Jesus. Hello. How are you? I'm talking. Hello. I'm sorry. It sounds crazy already. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
That's good. Okay, it's good. You, I don't know how much you get to see, from your position laying on the ground. You haven't happened to see my friend, have you? Her name is Pearl. I think this might be her dream realm. So she's probably a pretty big deal here. I'm going to give him a very brief description of her as best I can.
What is your purpose with this pearl?
A good question. I just wanted to make sure she was okay. You see, she's sort of like not awake. She's here. And I just wanted to make sure she was good because, she's technically my sister, so just making sure.
I have not seen the queen
Oh, queen. Nice.
in a minute. Or was it an hour? I believe she is here somewhere.
Yeah. This little hand's supposed to be taking me to her. I don't know. It can't talk. Not like you. You're great.
Time is weird.
Correct.
Not just here. You, your time is weird. I can see time, and yours is not normal.
Oh, God. Dream clock knows I'm weird.
We get it. This group is fucking strange.
It's even this dream clock knows about my weirdness. Yeah, it's confusing, and I don't think anyone really understands why. Though
I do.
Oh, you do?
I can see why.
You can? Like, whoa, why? I mean, I would be really curious if you knew an answer more than anything else anybody else was saying.
We are today, but to you, I am tomorrow.
Oh, God, a riddle?
And you are yesterday.
Okay, hold on. We are... God damn it. We are today. Could you repeat that like one more time? Sorry.
We are today.
Yep.
We
But
are
to
today.
you, we're tomorrow.
But to
You
you,
were yesterday.
we're tomorrow. But
And
what?
you are yesterday.
And you, yes, thank you. My brain doesn't work that fast.
It's the helpful hands whispering this in your ears.
I imagine that's probably going to be important for someone who has more brain cells than me.
Hmm.
I mean, that sounded kind of like not very nice. I'm just not very smart. I'm more of like a physical person. I don't really do good with the
How does that
riddles.
work? You're
What, be
kind
physical?
of small.
Well, yeah. I can do this. I don't want to produce flames. I set myself on fire, so I'm gonna do another druidcraft.
Again, you make a little origami.
I do magic. Ooh.
I don't. I. Okay.
That's how. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm very confused. When was the last place you saw you, Queen? Let's get back on that topic.
She came through here some time ago. She looked upset.
Oops.
I don't know. I can't really read time. At least not my own.
No, because it's on your face.
Hmm.
That's why you can't tell the time.
The sun also never leaves.
That must be annoying. Help you with anything? Are you okay? Because I kind of need to. And I point at my little hand friend, who's like just, I assume, hovering, like waiting for me to keep following it. Are you? Because I kind of feel bad because you're on the ground, but I don't really know how I can help with that. Do
Are
I
you
have any?
capable of fixing a clock tower?
No, I'm not. I do. Unfortunately, I have a friend who would be great at it, but he's not here. He's currently asleep.
Just my luck. Oh well.
Oh, sorry. I don't. Can I? No, I don't. I didn't prepare anything to help a falling log. I didn't think there would be one here. I can. Hold on. This is not helpful at all in any way. And I put my hands down on the clock. And I would like to do more druidcraft, but just to make him pretty. Just grow some like cute flowers or origami
Origami. Yep.
on him. Because I can't do anything other than that. Sorry.
It's okay.
You know, if I ever come back, I will prepare a better spell list to help you not be on the ground. Or maybe I'll bring Vikda. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Clock. Or Mix Clock or Miss Clock.
Thank you, clock.
Thank you, Clock. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I say as I turn back to the hand. Continue to follow it.
As this continues to happen, Castilla, with your passive perception you keep telling me about,
Yay.
Yes.
You hear steps and wheels turning.
Oh, son of a bitch.
As you hear them stop, you hear something land onto the sand.
Still is popping invisibility so quick. Choo. Gonna gently let go of Cersei's hand because Cersei can handle herself.
I'm having a great time.
And whatever unconscious fun she's having. This is a more pressing matter. And Castilla will scramble outside, trying to be quiet, but also, oh god, somebody's here.
As you leave the tent and you look out, you notice a cart that has been parked nearby that has 2 camels at the head of it. And you see 2 individuals kind of walking out of the cart, approaching.
What do they look like?
They're dressed up for the deserts. They're not necessarily unusual in appearance. There's one shorter man and a much larger individual. One of them is half orc, and the other one is a halfling, so a very much shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone seems to be asleep. I would like to at least notify somebody that we're here to take camp as well as possible suitors, customers.
Suitors, customers, Castilla's gonna wait a few seconds, duck back into the tent as if she's totally awake. Because she doesn't really want to drop invisibility as if she's spying on them. Hello?
Oh, you stay here. Hello. Are you the? Are you the leader of the people who are camping here?
We're kind of an oligarchy situation.
Okay. All right.
Everyone kind of has a say. Do you need something?
I just wanted to notify you guys that we're currently also stationed here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to alarm anyone and be assaulted while we sleep, as well as
Yeah.
would not want to assault you as you're sleeping. And
That would be nice, yes.
We're also a couple of vendors, me and my buddy here, so we wanted to know if you guys needed any supplies or anything that we can sell you.
Do you mind if we discuss that part in the morning?
Of course, absolutely. Just
Great.
giving it a heads up.
Appreciate it. Your names?
My name is Remy.
Remy.
Yes.
Remy.
Remy Cutton.
Is the other one gonna be Linguini?
Nope. It is
That's
not.
Emily saying that, not Castilla.
It is not Linguini. His
Remy
name.
and Linguini.
And this is my friend Morg over here.
Remy and Morg. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Castilla.
Pleasure, Castilla. You can go back to sleep. We don't want to bother you at all. We're just letting you know that we're here. We can go make camp over there, and we're fine.
Some other friends of mine will be taking watch, just letting you know. I'll let them know you're here.
Okay, that's great. I mean, that's
Great.
that's the big point of
Yep.
letting someone know. Yeah.
Yes. See you in the morning. And Castilla's gonna duck, like, watch them for a second, and then duck into the tent and go, Cersei, wake up. Cersei. And shake her slightly.
Okay, and we go back to you, Cersei. You continue taking your way down the path. You go further, and you begin to see just a bunch of abnormal landmarks. A giant tree that protrudes, and on this tree, the most unique treehouse you can ever see. An entire boat just that has this tree grown over it to hold on to it. You see chests placed across the ground, large chests. Some open, show nothing, others closed. You see boats, small rowboats, that begin to take flight into the air as they flap their fish-like wings. And they school together. And that's when you notice, not too far off, a large castle. On the front of the castle, in stained glass, like an insignia, is a pink butterfly. And that's when you hear echoes. Circe? Circe? Sir. And you get pulled. Your
Oh.
body yanks back as you take a large breath and you open your eyes in consciousness. As Castilla is shaking you.
Oh, hi. Morning. Well, not morning, but hi. You
Hey.
good?
Are you?
Oh, two people kind of showed up outside of the. Their names are Remy and Morg. I mean, they seem pretty upfront, but I didn't want to leave you alone. What happened? You were unconscious for a bit.
It was weird. I'm not gonna, and that's. I feel like that's saying something.
We do
I
weird
was-
here, so.
Yeah. I think I was in Pearl's dream world.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a little like stuffed version. I was a little like toy version of myself. And everything around was sort of whimsical in like a kind of not realistic way.
Hmm.
There was like every time I did spells, it looked weird. Like druidcraft, it was like a origami flower, and I did locate creature, and a little white glove appeared and pointed in a direction, which is way more helpful than how the actual spell works. And I kind of wish that was how it really worked. There was a talking clock. He was on the floor. I couldn't help him, and I kind of felt a little bad that I couldn't help him. But I didn't think there would be a clock on the floor, so I didn't really know how I was supposed to help him. But he did say that I looked weird, like my soul was weird, and basically everything everyone is always telling us. But he said he knew why, and then he gave me a riddle, which was unhelpful. But maybe you'll know. He is like weird today, but to you we're tomorrow, and you're yesterday. You're welcome. Make of that what you will. Then I continued to walk, following the hand, and then some more cool stuff happened. Oh, also there was a big unicorn that was making a lake of rainbows. That was interesting.
That's a lot. Glad it was not bad.
It was actually really cool. And I was so I feel like I was so close. I feel like I knew there was like a big castle because they called her the queen. The clock called her the queen. And then there was a big castle and it had a butterfly on it. And then I woke up.
I wonder if maybe Pearl was dreaming there.
I hope that's where the glove was pointing, but I don't.
Sorry,
know.
I pulled you away.
Okay, I mean, I would prefer not to die in a dream. I feel like that would be horrendous. So like if I was in a dream and then I died outside of it. So you know.
I mean, then hypothetically you get trapped in the dream forever, but it wouldn't be too bad because you would be dead. Oh, wait, maybe not. I'm not the good person to ask about these things. That looks so whimsical. Oh my
I
god.
have no idea.
That's so cute, actually. Look at the art channel.
I drew, this is my accurate representation of this cute bug. It was quite cute. It was adorable. I feel like it was definitely important to wake me up though, because you know me. I trust no one. So honestly, I'm kind of happy to know if these guys are gonna murder us.
I mean, again, they seem pretty chill. Talked about, well, they didn't, I went invisible at first and poked up my head out the tent, and they were like, oh, well, we should probably wake them up and tell at least somebody we're here before we camp down. And they have 2 camels. I did not ask about the camels. And they are salesmen. They said, oh, they were like, oh, are you the leader? And I'm like, no, because of course I'm not. It's everybody. I mean, they seem okay. Okay.
I like
but also,
okay.
I didn't want to just be like, yeah, they're staying here, and not tell somebody right away.
That's fine. I mean, they look, as long as they look okay. I mean, you know, we can take 2 people.
Yeah.
I'd be terrified if we couldn't take 2 tradesmen if they tried to murder us in our sleep.
Well, good news, I don't think there's going to be any murdering, seeming they kind of wanted to rest. That's the good part. No murder.
I hope so. I mean, I don't want to murder them. But if it comes to
murdering, let's not.
I'm kidding. Kind of. Mostly.
Good news, the Goodberry must have worked, because if her dream realm is alive and kicking, that means she's probably alive and kicking.
That's
her
true.
brain.
That is true. It was really nice for someone who Verse says was trapped in their own brain.
Oh, that actually might be bad.
It was like it felt very much like a fever dream.
Well, if it's a place that she wants to stay,
that's true.
Dream is better than reality. Oh, that's gonna be bad, isn't it?
It's probably not good.
Circe, if I ever get stuck in my own head like that, do me a favor, slap the shit out of me.
Okay, I will. And you do the same to me, because I don't want to be in there permanently, even though it's really cool.
It could be really cool, but maybe I can visit it when I sleep and not when I have things I need to do and to be around people I love.
Yeah, totally.
Not that I'm saying Pearl chose to be there. It's, you know what I mean.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I didn't get stuck, so
that's right. You didn't get stuck. That's a good sign.
Maybe tomorrow I could try again.
We could try again, but I think let's tell the group.
Oh yeah. Not now, obviously. Like tomorrow. Yeah, because like I don't think that's a good idea going in there when we're about to swap watches. Do that when I'm awake.
Okay. Yeah, let's wake the others up.
You got it.
Okay.
Vurs and Vikda, right? Is that who we're waking up?
Yes.
Got it.
They need to bond.
They so need to bond. I kind of wish I was a fly on the wall because I don't really know what their relationship is, but I want to know.
Oh, trust me, I don't know if that's like dad. I don't know if that...
Like, is it a brother situation?
Is it just like adopted family?
We'll just have to question him later. When they've had their heart to heart.
Okay, let's go wake him up.
I feel like you've spoken to Vurs more, so do you want to go wake Vurs up? I'll look at Vikda.
Sure.
I take Vikda.
What? Uh, hey, hey, Sassy.
Hey, it's your turn on watch. Castilla told me to tell you that there's 2 traders that have hooked up their like cart nearby, but they're not gonna murder us. So don't murder them while you're on your watch. I guess unless they try to murder you and they were lying, but who knows?
Keep an eye on them. Got it.
Yeah. Keep an eye on them.
All right. You can go back to sleep.
Have a good watch.
You. Thank you. And yeah, Vita leaves the tent and takes a seat at the most likely now smoldering remains of the campfire.
Stella will use a mage hand to tap Verse awake from outside the tent that he's probably laying in.
Huh? Oh,
Sorry.
I don't know your money. Oh,
Don't. That's correct. We're gonna comment on that later. It's your turn for watch.
right. Watch. That is absolutely correct. It is now my turn. Keep out. Look.
Are you okay?
Of course. Just restless sleep. I just hit deep sleep, so I
Inside check.
go for it.
Castilla wants to make sure this man is not having night terrors, because that sounds like something somebody with night terrors would say. Not stealth. What did insight? Yeah, that's the word. 17.
17. All right. Well, he's like not intentionally trying to deceive, but he's
He's trying to act like he's mentally stable, isn't he?
totally fine.
Mentally stable, the most mentally stable man in this party. Castilla believes him because it's late at night. There. By the way, there's 2 like traders, vendors who have
Traders.
not traitors, like
Sex-
traders. No, Verse.
Huh. I'm sorry. I just woke up. I'm a strange man.
Not real.
I collect
Okay.
myself while I'm awake, but when I'm in that in between stage,
Uh huh.
it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally know. There's 2 people out there who set up camp, named Remy and Morg.
Ah. Okay.
They are off to the side. They just basically said they want to camp for the night and said in the morning they're gonna maybe try and sell some stuff.
He stands up. He goes. He puts a hand on your shoulder for a second. Just a little word of advice.
Sir?
If you ever experiment in alchemy, making potions and stuff,
Uh-huh.
don't test them by drinking them yourself.
Please don't tell me. Verse, you did not drink some. Verse.
No, not now. No, this is in my years of youth and growing up and becoming.
Aren't you like 30-something?
What? How old?
30-something?
Yeah, around there.
Sure, let's go with that. Yeah.
I don't know how to tell ages very well. This is an Emily thing too.
Yeah,
It's
he's like 30 or something.
No. Just hindsight's 2020. Maybe I should not have experimented on myself now.
Verse.
That is my name.
Are you okay? Do you need medicine? Do you need to sleep?
I am a mage, and above many other things, I don't think any of us are okay, to be fair.
You got me there.
You have yourself a well night's sleep. I must go and converse with my good old friend Victor.
Friend, yeah, okay, good night. And Castilla's just gonna do a quick message to Victa as she goes to sleep at the tent. Victa versus being very weird. Please, I think he might have drank something, eaten something, drugs, I don't know. Check on him. Good night.
Victor's mental response to that. I'm assuming
You can reply to
his-
this message.
All right. I'll keep an eye on it.
Victor, my boy. We are supposed to keep an eye out on the vendors as well, just in case. You never know. Some of these vendors, they're like, "Haha, we're here to sell you things," and then they stab you. You know.
Occasionally, yes. You feeling quite all right?
Happened many a time. You're familiar with this. In between waking and sleeping, some of the adverse effects of my experimentation in my youth kind of just take hold. A bit, almost in a drunken state, but I haven't really drinking alcohol. So I haven't for a while, actually. This stuff doesn't help my situation at all. You haven't been experimenting with potions and drinking them yourself, have you?
No, not recently at all.
Good.
Not recently in the slightest.
Good. You've taken my warnings with truth, not as some sort of ramblings of a psychotic man.
Only occasionally.
Right. Victor, before that, make your perception check. 18. Much better. All right. You know, I don't know how much help I am. I can't really see at night. I have a spell for it, but I don't really see the point of wasting it.
Well, either way, to at the very least having someone out here for. I mean, having at least two people out here, one person at least watching the others back is a good idea.
He grabs you by both your shoulders. Victor! You can combine spells? What the hell is that?
Yes, I can combine. Yeah, it's only a few times.
That should not, in the realm of spellcasting, it is very rare, let alone tends to be more ornate to people who are magically born inclined, like sorcerers and sorts, to do such a thing in the first place. But combining fully fledged spells to make a whole new thing, it's insanity. I'm pretty sure it like defies the laws that the god of magic placed. I could be wrong.
I and yet I'm apparently able to. Yet I'm apparently able to do it.
It's impressive.
I suppose I can. Not. I suppose it.
I'm just, you know, is everything fine? You've had you. This is your. I don't remember how many groups you've had so far, but is this one kind of stuck around, unlike the others?
Yeah, this is definitely the longest I've been in a party. Haven't been able to. A lot of the other ones I've been in, I've not exactly lasted. Peaceful, having a peaceful end or not.
Yeah.
But I'm glad this is the one that's managed to stay.
That's good. Yes.
Was someone trying to speak?
It's probably the echoes in my head. Don't mind. Then.
Okay, that's verse feed weird.
You seem to have you're caught up in quite the mess. You usually are caught up in some sort of mess, but this is like a mess, you know?
Yeah, that's one way to describe this. Normally it would have been a rescue mission in the mines, or clear out this dungeon, or something along those lines. Not dealing with a crazy, not not dealing dealing with taking down the amalgamated inorganic beholder that has formed an entire city around himself, and all of the mess that is and all of the mess that has happened around that there is regarding the warp and all, and it's a lot, but we are taking it one step at a time, or as few steps as we can or as few steps as we can manage ourselves to take.
Hmm. You know, Vikda, I don't know if I've told you before, but I had a group of my own. And we got in ourselves into messes, you know. And this one time, the mess was, just a little too big. It had some consequences that came with it, and unfortunately, separated. I do my own thing on my own. Um, and, they do their thing. I don't know where they are or what they've done with their lives. But I don't go a day without thinking that maybe I should have stuck along, regardless of what happened. So it's great that you found yourself a group, and you guys do seem like you're very tight knit.
Yeah, I do suppose that we've managed to fit ourselves into each other, despite dis, despite some of the parts not exactly fitting.
No, but that's just the thing, Individuals, everyone just is very different. We're all just very different, and it's the effort of compensating with each other and finding this middle ground that it's the beauty. That's the beauty, you know, that effort to consistently be friends with individuals you don't really see eye to eye to, regardless of your race or orientations of magics, or whether you're brute or you're a thinky type, you know, of the sorts, rich or poor. Yeah. Usually, your worries tend to be about helping each other and making sure that you don't get swallowed by some sort of strange beholder beast that made a whole city.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely have plenty of stories to tell, but don't even think the night's long enough to tell them all.
We have a whole trip. It's fine. Besides, I'll be around. Even after we find our way to Stick Heist, I'll probably try to set up some sort of footing in Stick Heist for the momentary time, or maybe find my way back to the Heartlands, to my place of residence. But Stick Heist sounds nice right now. I have a friend over there, so probably shack up with them.
I think we know someone that you might get along with. Ishda, she's runs has a magic shop in the central town of Stick Heist, and
You say Ishda?
yeah,
um,
do you two know it? Do you know her?
no. Well, that would be rude. Yes, I know her. Yes. I don't know if that's a good idea, meeting her again.
Oh, what happened with you two? What happened with you?
Um, things. I don't. I look, Victor. This is a little awkward to talk to you about. Especially you, actually. Sometimes you meet people, maybe not you particularly, um, and you spend enough time with them to become, friends. Me and Ishta have been friends for a while. She was part of that group that I told you about. And sometimes that develops into something else, perhaps further, and then you have a falling out, and decide that perhaps your lives should take you elsewhere. But
You had a relationship. You had a relationship with Ishta. I
yeah,
take it.
yeah, I did. I
I,
I did
uh,
love her. I do. It's just she wanted to do the settling down thing, and I was an aspiring mage. You don't learn things without looking for knowledge. Besides, I had other business that I had to attend to. Now, I know the answer to this because I know you very well. You haven't found anyone, have you?
No, haven't,
Yeah,
haven't
I
haven't felt the need to look for one.
I figured. I figured. I just wanted to know whether or not that sentiment has stayed the same, and it has. I mean, it's fine. Most wizards tend to be alone for the rest of their lives.
I-
We're difficult people.
And yet I take it that you are not not a typical wizard.
No, 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 no.
Or in that sense, at least.
You're different, Vikda. You're like, it's you were an apprentice. And with you, you're growing knowledge. You're a wizard waiting to be born into this new master of magic, one day. And I saw that in you. I saw that this innate interest in magic. And so I realized that it no longer was really about the kind of knowledge I can acquire, but more of the kind of knowledge you should acquire. I saw more potential in you than myself. And look what you're doing. I mean, I guess I wasn't wrong. It's different.
I suppose you could say that. I,
I do warn you, though. Wizards tend to be very lonely over time. You don't have to be. But the further you delve into knowledge and the more you acquire, the more things you want to do for the sake of knowing whether you can do it or not. And that tends to be the crutch. Wizards tend to fall and evolve into becoming the enemies, the morally wrong.
falling so far into the questions of can they, never stopping to think should they.
Exactly. I had a friend once that would tell me that he once met a man that specified assassinating wizards. Crazy story. I don't blame this metaphorical assassin. It just happens way too common and often. It makes sense to someone who would specialize in specifically killing wizards. Knowing what some of them have done, knowing the inevitability of indulging in knowledge. Sometimes it tends to be the only answer before they go too far. But I trust you. You seem different.
I get the strong feeling that if I were to ever even start down that sort of path, my friends here would fairly quickly and mildly violently drag me out of that.
Yeah, you see, I think that's the big difference. Most of the time, these wizards tend to fall into loneliness, and there's no one there to stop them from doing these things. Even this Azure Sanctum, School of Wizards, echo chamber, surrounded by nothing but people who search for knowledge. They're not surrounded by individuals who care enough about whether or not they should do it. Which is why I left. Same for Eden. Once I came here in search of knowledge, a city of machinery, intrigued. Once I was introduced to the inner workings of what was being done, I disgustedly spoke against it, thrown into my prison cell.
I'd be amazed if anyone would. I would be surprised if anyone with a shred of humanity would willingly join in with that.
And that's where we bring the topic at hand. Victor, I don't want to burden you with anything. But I don't know who else I can ask. While I was there, still working on things, thinking that it wasn't for nefarious reasons, I met a very important man, this Mr. Dr. Wiley. He's a wizard in a sense as well. One of knowledge and science and experimentation. This man is dangerous, Victor. This man is extremely dangerous. There is no moral compass with this man. In fact, I would say it's inverted. Sickening. Takes joy in his experimentation. Enjoyed the sights of this young raven, her name was, being used as a battery. But he seemed much more knowledgeable of things than even Orm himself. The inner workings of this warp that you call. The effects, the implications, the way you can process and use it as some sort of resource. And that's where his amalgamations come from. Abominations. Defilement to man. I think this man is one of these wizards that needs to be taken off the face of this earth. There is no good in his further living. I'm not asking you to assassinate this man, Victor, but I am asking you to find some sort of justice to him. Maybe find him in some bars. I'm afraid of, after his escape, what he's planning to do next. Not funded by Eden anymore, but a man like that doesn't need funding. No. Probably has laboratories scattered across the lands, out of the eyes. No, he just needs time. enough time, I'm afraid of what he's able to concoct. That railgun of his making, the workings, how to siphon ether, and using this raven as a battery, all his making.
And Oren just enabled him.
Of course, why wouldn't he? He benefited. They benefited each other mutually. Orem funded him for his own experimentation, and Wiley gave him his weapons, technology, the things he wanted that Wiley didn't necessarily have much interest in himself. You see, Wiley's interest is in bioweapons.
That is that is very concerning.
It very much is. Wiley was once messing with this strange grayish goo. He'd force fed it to a prisoner that he was free to just experiment on. And the man just turned into a were-rat. Not without any excruciating pain to come before it. But the strange thing is, some of his experimentations followed him, and others seemed to have a consciousness of their own. Almost defiant of calling him their master. I don't know what any of that means. I just know that if this Dr. Wiley is let to freely do what he wants, I can only see bad in our future for that.
I can most certainly agree with that. I've now encountered two of his creations. Three, actually. Great. I've one of the first outing, I suppose, I had with this group was clearing out a sewer in a city in the heartlands of cleaning out the sewers of Longbourn, and ended up finding a cult of were-rats that, based on your description, is very likely sort. They had a bunch of were-rats, bunch of piles of that grey goo with hair in them that very easily used to be a person. It was decently horrific to watch. And then there were the creations in the lake that maybe there were weird fishmen, fishman creature things that they were in a lake and stick heist. Attacked the boat, the barge we were on. Did manage to take them out, and and also met, and the largest of them did manage to retrieve its eye. I ca yeah. It and the third time was all that in Eden. Should not be surprised that man had such an influence on the world, considering who else we've been encountering in Eden.
Well, he probably just tosses out his experimentations that he no longer has needs for. And there they go, ending up in a lake or out in the world, creating mischief.
That Aether siphoning technology did run off of a very magically advanced portal artifact. Wouldn't be surprised if that was his disposal method. If he, considering the either that or his laboratories, like you said, around wherever they may be. Keep in mind and inform the others of keeping an eye out for any news or sign of him.
But it does seem like our time's up.
I do suppose that it's nice being able to talk with you again.
It is. It is. I haven't seen you for a while. This is probably the longest you've been away from the house. So
I should probably make another visit.
Yeah. Though, perhaps just to visit where I am now. We'll see where I take residence next. You have yourself a good night. You wake your friends up. I don't know them that well.
Of course.
And we're going to end the session with that for today.
Alma and Spiss are about to have a grand old time. What are they going to discover?
We end up having the most boring watch session. We talk about nothing. We just chill.
You have hot chocolate, you bond. Because
Like
I want to see Alma and Spiss bond.
I think Spiss is the only person Alma has bonded with.
True, but I want to see them bond more.
Alma and Spiss have the confused and concerned bonding.
They get to have paint each other's nails, talk shit, question everyone else's sanity while saying, "Yes, I know what's happening."
I wish, but Spiss is not going to say unconcerning things that will allow Alma to not question. Let's be so fucking honest with ourselves.
I also do not think Spiss can traditionally wear makeup, considering Spiss's makeup.
By God, I will figure out a way to have painted nails or at least glitter in your skin.
Yeah, we can put glitter in the skin. That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare.
Trying to apply nail polish on the nails would probably slowly over time creep up the arm.
That'd be so cool.
Do you guys know those tricks they used to do for kids where they put the M&Ms on a plate and put some water and it spreads out? That.
Yeah. Yeah, you think glitter in the skin is bad? Spiss is currently traveling through a desert. She has just sand in her skin constantly.
Oh,
Poor baby.
She is.
that sounds awful.
God, this was a lot more serious than I expected tonight.
That was I gotta say that was a really nice conversation with Vurs. I love that.
I feel like now Spiss has to drink that potion in her bag, since Verse is so concerned about drinking random potions to test. I feel like this just has to happen.
He still is very concerned, but she's also like, okay, is this how we look to outsiders, or
Do we look that shit?
are we? Is this play about us? Like,
Is this fucking boy about us?
Do other people think we're this crazy?
Everyone we've ever met is like, yeah, we do.
am I the problem?
Damn.
Oh god.
You know, at least a sandworm hasn't eaten us yet.
Don't
There's still
say
time.
that, Cersei.
No Alaskan
Abby,
bullworms.
don't say that shit. Now Jesse's gonna have us fight a sandworm in the middle of the night.
It's fine.
I
In
mean,
theory.
apparently already the intention.
I mean,
sandworm. We're gonna encounter one. That's
I
just
feel like tonight we rolled
Chekhov's
two
gun.
men.
Chekhov's gun has been planted. It's just waiting to fire.
But not yet. There's two nice men who want to sell us stuff and definitely don't want to kill us in our sleep.
Yeah.
And they're definitely not just the fodder that are gonna reveal when the sandworm appears.
Yeah.
I want them to have something to sell me first.
They need to sell us pajamas or something. I don't know.
Do you carry magical items?
We have money. We will not tell them how much money we have, right, gang?
What is the most valuable thing that you own?
I hope they sell absolute junk. And it's just
Yeah.
We're buying all of it. We are supporting them in their small business.
What local businesses?
They're small family business.
We watch them start cresting the horizon. A sandworm comes up and swallows them whole and dips that back down into the sand.
We're like, oh well.
Well, they lasted long.
Took
Oh,
our
we're
gold
trying
with
to-
them. It's fine.
God,
They're live
I-
for now.
This session's already rotating in my brain. Oh, good lord.
It's rotating in the brain.
I think the party needs to have bonding time next day rotation, and they can
That was me.
they can play card games, bond, be gay, do crime, but only crime to each other. No actual crime, folks.
Minor crime.
Mine.
Also, is this a bad time to say I might have made little necklaces with Raven inspiration? They're not
Aw.
ashes. They're not ashes. Let me be clear on that shit.
Ashes.
They're hold on. I'm gonna try and get a picture. And shake up the liquid so it actually like looks good. If my phone would work. I made one for everyone and it's has a different charm. One has a different shape. I just thought it'd be cute, a little remembrance of our girl.
Oh.
So next time you guys get gifts, expect these.
It is her ashes.
It is a liquid. How can it be ashes, Jesse?
You put her ashes snow globe.
Ashes. No. No. Val.
Imagine.
That is really. I want
goes
that
so
done with my.
well.
I want that done with my ashes.
Do you want me to make you a snow globe of Raven's ashes?
No, but that is really funny.
Val,
then
do
you
you want a snow
hold
globe?
it.
They could put a meme picture inside of Raven. Gone but
You-
never forgotten.
Just imagine you have someone comes over to your house and you have a snow globe like on the shelf or something. They're like, "Oh, that's a pretty snow globe," and you're like, "Oh, thanks, that's Grandma."
That's my.
Is that something they do for Air Ganassi then? Is that the new funeral rite?
I wish. That's so cool.
No, you can make it up. You have a weird Ganassi who breathes through their skin.
I need that to be a thing.
Disappointingly, I vaguely remember like something about Air Genasi being brought to like a mountain or something, brought to like the top of a mountain or something.
And that's how they get their child.
It's a two-way transaction.
It's a
You let go of
get-
grandma, and then a baby's born 2 seconds after.
Considering
Let
how
go,
many
grandma, next thing. There you go.
considering how many children there are in Spitz's family, that's a lot of dead people.
It's an exchange.
I think Jesse's getting done with us tonight, folks.
No, no.
Oh, dear. Well,
Spitz's
With that,
on that note, I do.
I'm gonna
agree
sign
that-
off. Thank you, Jesse.
No problem.
Fair enough. Thank
That was
you.
such a good session. I had
It was
so much
very
fun.
good.
Of course.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
folks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good
Hey, see you
night.
guys
Bye.
next-
Bye.
Bye.